Everything.
Everything. Hot spots and everything.
Everything. Okay, we're rolling, Jerry. Power switch for that. Light on the back. All we gotta do is fire this thing up and we're ready. Shield off. Switch to closure. Switch the setting on this real quick and we're ready to go. Go ahead and record. All right, Austin. We're on your time, buddy.
All right. Well, what we'll do is we'll start down to the first level here, go upstairs, and then work our way down to the basement.
Okay.
All right. So these two classrooms right here. This was first grade and this was second grade. We don't know the teachers. There are several teachers throughout the history of the school, but you know that this was first and this was second. We walk down this way. Don't mind that. This was third grade right here, and this was fourth grade. Fourth grade is obviously closed off. The room is caving in, and there's actually, you can see it in the area where you go to use the bathroom. If you look up in that little window, you can see how caved in it is. It's just dangerous, so we blocked it off. This was third grade. I know it says fifth grade on the wall. We were misled by one of the locals here. They still got the original writing along the wall here from the classes, so don't erase any of it. Some of the original classroom signs and different things like that. All these seats are original to the school as well. But you'll see throughout the school that when the fire department used it in the early 2000s as a on an attraction, you'll see different things like fake cobweb and red rum and cemetery
Props.
Props and different things like that. So coming down here, this is into the newer part of the school. This is the principal's office right here. Mr. Ferguson was the last principal for the school. Like I said, he lives right down the street from us. He's in his 90s now. But the secretary's desk would have been right here, and this was the actual principal's office in here. In the principal's office, there's a bunch of old city documents, different things like that. Mainly because they used this building after it closed in '87. After the school closed in '87, they used it as a city administrative building for a couple of years before they finally just shut it down because it cost too much for to heat and cool the building during the season. So we move out here. We'll go down to the gymnasium. And by the way, there's no copper, there's no wire, there's no plumbing, no electricity, so if you get anything on your meters, we don't know what it is. This is the gymnasium. Everything is original to the school. The only thing is, just gotta watch your step in certain areas, like there's a caving in part of the floor right there we gotta patch up. There's this hole right here under the floor, so don't move the table. As you can see, there have been vandals in here, which is a damn disgrace in my mind, but I mean, like that backboard right there is busted, and yeah, I mean, it's just a tragedy. But all the in this school is original lead-based paint. Don't eat it. I know it's sweet, but don't eat it. The stage is all good to go on. It's safe to walk on, but there's a room in the back behind the curtain there. Don't go in that room. Just caving in. We've actually marked it off. We get some activity in the gym. If you're in here by yourself, you'll see shadows moving across. You'll hear footsteps on the stage. You'll hear different things like that, like almost there are kids playing around here. If we head down into the basement of the gym.
Now, anybody watching the live stream, lose you down here. You will find out.
Why you step down here, there's still a lot of activity to pick up. Might be a little bit. So down here, lockers right there. But that used to have stairs and it would lead up to a little conference room, and then there were stairs that led up to the gym right here. There were gym entrances both ways. But a couple of years ago, and I've confirmed this with the police department, they actually got calls about a person breaking into the school, and so they responded to them, and when they got here, they looked around the school, couldn't find anything, and they came here and found a 20-something-year-old man who had overdosed on, I can't remember what he said it was, but they said he overdosed on something, and they found his body right back there in the corner. A spirit lead us down here with our K2 meters and our EVPs and everything into the basement here, into this back corner, and we actually found a makeshift pipe that has residue on it. And I mean, it was just outstanding evidence because it led us down here, and the K2 was going crazy when we got over in that corner. And there's a trash bag in there on one of the shelves, and we picked up the trash bag. We found the makeshift pipe, we picked it up, we were looking at it, and then the K2 just started going crazy and said, "This is what you want?" And then we played back on the DR60 recorder, and it said, "Yeah, that's gonna take me home." So we believe that the spirit of the committed is down here, likes to hang out down here, and sometimes we believe his name is Adam, but we haven't officially confirmed that. The only thing we've confirmed is that police did find a body down here, and yeah.
You heard the footsteps, Jerry?
Mm-hmm. Could be an animal. That's not an animal. That's across the stage. Mm-hmm.
An awful big animal if it is.
That's human footsteps. Me. There's somebody up there. Hello? Who's up here? Those are clear.
It sounds exactly like someone walking.
Yeah. Those not animal footsteps.
Mm-mm.
But that's just some of the activity that I'm talking about when you're in here by yourself.
You mentioned the stage. So.
Yeah, you'll
I should
get.
listen to this stuff while y'all gone more than if I'm sitting here by myself.
Yeah, that's like I was saying. If you're in here by yourself, or even if you're in here, you'll hear footsteps on the stage. You'll hear footsteps running across the gym. You'll see shadows. I mean, the gym is not very active for EVPs, but you get a lot of activity. So, if you guys want to follow me back this way. cafeteria. Things sticking out of the ground right here. Lunch box right here, as you can see where the tracks on the floor. That's where they had the lunch line. And this door, never closed, but we've had this thing closed for a long time. It actually, there were dishes and all the stuff for the students back here. But we've actually, like I said, we've owned the school now going on 4 months, and we've had this thing closed for a long time. And it usually is like this, but we just found it like that, so I don't know. We don't really get a whole lot of activity in here. There's some things, but some EVPs, but not really other than that.
And our safety officer tomorrow, so he usually comes here and jerks everything for us.
Yeah. This was the girls' bathroom. If you do go in here, as you can see, there are where toilets used to be. You just really watch your step, especially in the dark. The boys' bathroom, you really have to watch your step even more because wherever the stalls used to be, you can see a little thick on the ground. So just really watch your step. I've tripped over them several times in the dark. So, you guys want to follow me upstairs?
Here in the bottom right, you'll see a little message icon. If you click that, you can see comments.
This right here is the teacher's lounge and the nurses area. Teachers used to come in here and smoke and things like that. We have gotten several EVPs from out of here, especially from a woman, is what we believe her name is. She said it multiple times, so that's what we think it is. But we're not sure if she was a teacher or a nurse. So still trying to figure that out. Maybe you guys can find out some. But yeah, I think there is a toilet back there. We blocked it off obviously because you don't want someone to jerk off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't really get a whole lot of activity in here. We have gotten some EVPs from Pauline, but other than that, not a whole lot. The main activity that we get is actually out here in the hallway. This is like catacombs for activity right here. This is like the main area.
It's typical in haunted schools, like Post 10's the same way.
Yeah. This door we've captured closing on its own.
Yeah, I seen Matt's footage.
You saw Matt's footage? Then yeah, this is the door right here. That he captured on command closing. This was an art room. We left this lollipop here for Kevin. He's the little boy that likes to play here. I'm pretty sure he's 10 years old. He told us he's 10, but we don't know for sure. But we have gotten his name is Kevin, and he is probably one of the most active spirits in the school. He will set your meters off. He'll give you a lot of solid EVPs, but the thing about Kevin is that he's a smart ass. He is a smart ass, so he'll tell you like we've gotten EVPs of us asking him to set our meters off, and he'll say $5 or something like that. We have gotten EVPs saying that, and gotten EVPs telling us to get the fuck out, or stuff like that. He's a little smart ass, but he ain't gonna hurt you. He likes to have fun this time, Down here was the music room. Small, nothing special room. A lot of the graffiti on the wall is vandals, but some of it So then we enter back into the older part of the school. And this was 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So, yeah, I mean, we can just go into the classrooms. As you can see, they're pretty decent size. Still got some original writing on the walls still. Like the swastika and the Jewish sign. I mean, that's all vandalism. The crosses on the walls and the curtains are all from the fire department, as well as the cobweb up there, everything like that. Just be careful right here, out this window. Don't lean out. I mean, I know you guys might be like, oh, I'm fine, but just don't do it.
We're going to take your word for it, Austin.
Yeah. Just for safety reasons. The wind blows the door shut all the time. If it closes, it's the wind. Because this window right here just seems closed, but we have a rule about this place is to keep all doors open. Just because if they close, there's only like 2 doors in the school that really close on their own without wind. That's the classroom that Matt caught his thing in the cafeteria door.
We have an experiment to further validify that. We're going to hang streamers through the door. So if it closes, we'll see the streamers get sucked for the door.
Absolutely, that'd be a good idea actually. You can figure it out for research because Matt put the leaves on the sides of the doors, and the leaf didn't move until the door slammed shut. So
yeah, I talked to him about it. He said that was probably the best idea he could think of, is the streamer idea.
Yeah,
Toilet paper, something like that.
Because if there was a draft through the hallway, which there normally isn't, but if there was a draft through the hallway and you hang the streamers on the windows of the door, it'll catch it. So, yeah, this was 7th grade. Please do not try to climb that ladder. In here, the bell tower. Since fallen apart a little bit more. We've had to hang the rope up because the bell is still up there. It's about 1,000-pound pure bronze bell. And if somebody were to yank that thing so many times, it's gonna fall through the floor, it'll kill somebody. So we've nailed it up so that nobody can pull it down. But and plus we're not sure how sturdy the supports are up there. Somebody told me they were redone in the 1960s, so they should still be pretty solid. I mean, I've rang it before, but I don't want people ringing the bell all night, disturbing the neighbors.
I wouldn't trust anybody dangling on that thing.
Yeah, and 2, I just don't know how sturdy it is up there, so I don't want it to fall down and kill somebody and then
For real,
have to shut down.
that would be in program.
Yep. Here's 8th grade. By the way, we have chalk in every classroom, so if you guys experience anything in any of the rooms, feel free to write your experience on the wall or sign the board as well before you guys leave. We're just gonna try to make it a tradition here, so everybody can write their experiences and everybody can share, what they found and everything. So
Yeah, just interact with them, Jerry. Just talk, you can't fight.
Alright,
If they have any questions or anything, just let me know.
alright.
now we'll head down into the basement, the main basement, which is
So we're about ready to go in the basement, so if it starts getting rocky on the live stream, that's why.
we don't know where it came from. It's just been here for the school. We think it might have been used for some corporal punishment. reenactment back in the day. But
That's interesting.
Could be a trigger object, could not be.
That's part of it, so.
Yeah, you can give it a try. The basement, we get a decent amount of activity from. Back here, there sometimes is a spirit that likes to hide out back here. We think Kevin likes to play here, which is just very unusual because there's nothing down. But we have the Wonder Box, you know, the Huff Paranormal Wonder Box. We have one. We got right here on the shelf, and we have a man talking to us right here too. So that's some of the activity we've gotten in this area. Now back this way, watch your head. Down here.
Go ahead, Diamond.
The only asbestos in the school here went around the pipe here, because then it gets airborne and, you know, fake snake right there, just be aware. I don't want somebody to freak out down here.
That would be me.
There is a bat down here.
Okay.
We don't know. We think he hangs out in that closet over there.
Okay.
You don't want to come here. But he does sometimes like to fly around at night.
We're used to it.
Yeah, me too. Just be aware. I just thought I'd let you know.
Around.
No.
The boiler room, where the man was killed in the 1800s.
As far as we know, that's just legend still, right?
No, that's fact.
Do we have a death certificate and everything?
I don't have it.
Oh, the owner does.
The owner has it. He said he found it. Mike.
Nice.
He said he was gonna get the guy's name for me, but
Yeah, that'd be great.
he's been so busy. He's a realtor. So he's always busy, you know, traveling.
We'll talk to him later.
Yeah, he'll be here later. So, but yeah, this road. They kept it here. It's into the foundation, and so
Nice.
They couldn't remove it. But it did explode, and then they put this one in. But they eventually ended up repairing this one, the old one, and so both were operating at one point, well into the 1900s. They were run by, as you can see, but from what Joe has told me in the article, that the man forgot to put water in the expansion, and the boiler exploded, threw him back against that wall, and killed him.
Man.
So again, I haven't seen this article, but Joe, he says he's got the microfilm in files and files that he has about the school. He did confirm that.
I think if we get his name, it'll be easy to confirm.
Yeah, and I've asked him for his name. He's just been so busy to, you know, he's got boxes of it somewhere, and we just got to find it. But if I ever get that information, I'll get it to you. And if he ever gets it, you know, everything like that. So, but we do have, we have gotten EVPs down here.
Okay.
The man it's a man's voice that we get down here, and all he'll tell you to do, the EVPs that we've gotten, they've actually said, like, we've gotten something killed me down here, like that full sentence, something killed me down here. We got fire, we've gotten explosion, and he'll tell you to get out. And we think that he's telling you to get out mainly because this is his work area and it's dangerous down here.
Self-familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of dangerous down here, so it's like he's just telling you, get out of my workspace, you know. He's not a dark entity in any by any means. He's just, you know, a co-worker who just wants you to get out of here. Cause
That's typical in schools that we found because students and usual people like us are not supposed to be down here, so.
Yeah. So that's basically the responses that we get. He won't talk to you a whole lot, but he will tell you a couple of things when you come down here. So we try to come down here at least once a night when we're here. When my team is here, we come down for 10 minutes. We'll get a couple EVPs and then we'll go away.
Yeah.
And just kind of leave him to his work. So just try not to. We don't allow provoking here. There's no reason to provoke. There's no negative entities here. They're just, a lot of them are just smart asses, you know, kids. than this guy who's just telling you to get out.
Not to worry about that with us.
Well, that's the
Thanks, man. Sally.
Alright.
Well, Josh, you don't know your way out?
Well, I do. Let's go
It's
first.
called a step.
Watch your head come here. Especially this pipe right here. Hit my head on it.
Yeah. Any experiences that you'd like to share before we live stream and everything that stands out to you? I know Lindsay talked about rocks being thrown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually sweeping down by the stairs way down there, and I felt a rock hit me in the head. It was a small pebble, but I knew it was thrown because Brad thought he would be, funny and go down there and throw a bigger rock first. And so I think that Kevin followed suit, picked up a small rock and threw it at my head afterwards. Because Brad threw a big rock about that big and it landed right in front of me. And I started freaking out like, oh shit, something threw a rock at me. And then, Brad told me later, oh yeah, that was me. But then afterwards, after the rock landed, I was looking around, I didn't see anything, and so I went back to sweeping, and then I felt a little rock hit me in the head, like a pebble. And I asked Brad later, did you throw the small rock? He's like, what small rock? I didn't throw the small rock. I just threw that big rock to scare you. So, I got hit in the pebble. Then we had the experience under the basement with the spirit leading us down there and then finding the makeshift pipe. Brad has actually we've had multiple people touch down in the basement, not only by the stairs, but by the boiler room. Actually, no, take it back. In the main room, Brad actually fainted. Something affected him so hard that he fainted. And that was a crazy time too. We've had laser tripwires go off numerous times. REM pods go off, K2 meters, the millimeter with the REM function go off. So many EVPs out of this place, little kids. Pauline, we know of a spirit named Mr. Hamilton, who was a janitor here. He likes to set all the equipment off too sometimes. And Adam, we think, who was the spirit that died, overdosed. So you got those 5, and then Kevin, obviously. It's just to the point where we've gotten more activity out of this place than any other place that we've been. And we've been to all the big name places in the Midwest. You talk about Ohio State Reformatory, Thornhaven, Whispers Estates, Bella Louisville, Fox Hollow Farm. Every big name place that you can imagine we've been to. We get more activity out of here than anywhere else. Nice. And I don't know if that's just because we've swept and cleaned up the place, or if it's because the spirits just like to interact with people. And out of the groups that we've had come in here, we've had one group not get much, but then we had like Valley View Paranormal come in here, and they actually captured an apparition coming from this doorway, this classroom up here, coming down these stairs. They said you had to go frame by frame in the DVR footage, but you could see a full body come out, like all shadow. And they knew it wasn't one of them because it only lasted like a second. Like it just went. But when you paused it frame by frame, you could see the legs separating, and I haven't seen the footage yet. I can't wait to see it though. They said they captured that. Ben captured the door closing upstairs on its own. We've had the door in the cafeteria closed by itself. I brought a basketball one time for Kevin, because when we had the psychic come through, and I was telling you that the psychic said that there are about 5,000 spirits out in the parking lot waiting to get in here, but the 5 spirits that are in here will not let them in. And And so she told me that Kevin wanted me to bring a basketball for him. And so I brought a basketball and set it in the gym on top of a quarter. Come back an hour later and the basketball's moved like 3 feet. And it wasn't moving when I left it. I set it on top of the quarter so it wouldn't move. You know how it's got that support. REM pod and everything going off in the principal's office.
So you would think the gymnasium stage area, upstairs, and the main entryway, especially where the door likes to close, and the basement are hot spots.
Yeah, I would say those are the main hot spots, really. Sometimes Kevin likes to hang out at base camp with you guys too. If you're in there and you set your K2 down, he'll sometimes like to set it off. And we've tested it with our phones and everything too. We all have our phones on either airplane mode or we just turn them off. So as to not get that kind of, false readings. And we'll get K2 spikes galore in there. So,
Nice.
I can't speak highly enough of this place.
Yeah.
If you do research on the internet about Higginsport School, you'll see that it's one of the most haunted places in the state of Ohio. And when we got the school, we were thinking like, oh, it's not going to be that haunted. It's an old school. How can it be that haunted?
Right.
We were incredibly surprised at how much activity we got.
What Lindsay said.
Yeah, it was just to the point where we had to cut it off at like 4 o'clock because it just wouldn't stop. The activity just kept going and going and going, and we just got so tired we just couldn't take it anymore. I don't know if you've ever had a night like that where the activity just continues like all night, and eventually you just have to stop because your camera batteries are all dead, your equipment batteries are all dead. You just have to stop because there's no more going forward.
Good thing we got a couple days, huh?
Yeah. And even like the first night here, Brad, Lindsay, and Levi were sleeping in that room right there, where the sleeping room is, and they had the door shut because they kept hearing footsteps and everything out here. They shut the door and put a lock on it, and all throughout they all stayed up all night because all they heard all night was the doorknob jiggling, like somebody was trying to turn it and open the door.
Someone watching us from down there.
When I first came in, I kept down this way. That's why I took a couple pictures down here, but there's always been.
You said somebody's watching us.
Yeah, dude, I could, I'm not a psychic or anything, but I'm sensitive enough to know if something's trying to draw my attention from back down that way.
Well, another thing too is I'm not really psychic, but I have the ability to see them on occasion. I've seen more apparitions than most people normally do.
What do they look like?
They just look like you or me.
Oh, here you've seen that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've seen Kevin.
Okay.
He's the only one I've seen.
What's he look like?
When I first saw him, he looked to be 8 or 9 years old. He had on some brown knickers that went down right about here, some black shoes, some socks that went up to right about here, white socks obviously. He had on a white shirt, short sleeves, button up, and he had an old stagecoach hat on.
Nice.
And he had like a brown hair, just weirdly cut. I don't know. I saw him and I tried to interact with him. I don't know how to talk to him. Like, I'm not psychic enough to
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't communicate with them. Obviously they can hear me because when I was trying to talk to him, he was responding to me, like shaking his head yes or no, but I couldn't hear him. I don't know. Any spirit that I've ever seen, like I saw Rachel at Whispers Estates. I saw a little boy in the Hazelwood Infirmary in Maysville. I saw an old man in death row at the Ohio State Reformatory. Every spirit that I've ever seen, I've never been able to communicate with. My aunt is a full-blown psychic, and she knows how to do all that. And she told me, tried to tell me how to do it, but I can't figure it out for the life of me.
Well, you're still young.
Yeah, I'm still young, but I have seen Kevin. And I confirmed it with the psychic, too, when she came. She said the first thing she picked up on when she got here was a man and a little boy. I said, oh, he's a little boy, how old is he? Oh, he's 9 or 10. And I said, what's he wearing? She said, oh, he's wearing knickers, a white shirt, and a hat.
Strange.
Wow, alright. So, you know, that's kind of thing. I've only seen him twice. Once was on the back staircase up there. He was standing at the top of the stairs on the landing. And the second time was actually last weekend. I saw him in the middle stairs here, kind of peeping around the top railing there. Just kind of peeping around, looking at what we were doing. And Brad actually said he saw him too. He saw, well, he didn't actually see a full apparition. He saw his shadow. And so that's the first time Brad's ever seen anything here. But Brad's not psychic either. Not by any means. So, I mean.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, of course.
Put that camera rig down, weighs 12 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool place. We're excited to be here, and we appreciate it a lot. Hopefully, we get some good history to put together with the footage and everything we get together, and make something really nice for people to say, hey. I've already had people call me, hey, what should this do? I'm like, message to Facebook. I'm like, I don't work for them. You can talk to them and they'll.
Ricky, what room was you talking about the little girl in? And yes, Cheryl, there was an overdose in the basement.
Especially if you're doing like reenactments like Resident Undead does. I mean, you don't want that lit out from the school.
It looks like it's been there so long, it's almost part of the damn history.
It's been there at least, I think, 2 years.
So what's the live stream think about Higginsport School?
Well, Cheryl asked about the death. I told her about the overdose in the basement. Ricky said something about a girl in the room, because you got the message on here. So,
Nice.
said something about night.
About what?
Ricky posted night.
Night.
Is he going to sleep?
I don't know. Ricky, are you going to sleep? That'd be strange. Time to go to sleep.
Not sure. Next stairs, believe.
Oh.
What stairs? These stairs, Ricky, or somewhere else?
Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll bring the rest of the stuff in here. Let me wrap up this live stream. We'll let these guys know that we might do another YouTube live stream before the Facebook one. So guys, we'll probably end this live stream for right now. Go out, get the rest of our stuff, bring it in, get everything situated, and what time is it? What time is it now?
6:08.
6:08.
6:08. So Facebook is at 9. I'll tell you what. As long as we can get a quick charge back on that phone and do another short one on YouTube, I will. But I can't promise you. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want to see the 2-hour investigation at 9, go to Interface Death Facebook page so you can watch that. But we'll try to do as many of the YouTube ones as we can possible in between. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you here in a little bit.
He's talking about the stairs. We caught something about the stairs or something.